every Negro lynch is called a, quote, big, burly, black brute, when in fact, many of those who have thus been dealt with had white men for their fathers, and were not only black and burly, but were sufficiently attractive for white girls of culture and refinement to fall in love with them, as is very well known to all. Let virtue be something more than an excuse for them to intimidate and torture a helpless people. Tell your men that it is no worse for a black man to be intimate with a white woman than for a white man to be intimate with a colored woman. You set yourselves down as a lot of carping hypocrites in that you cry aloud for the virtue of your women while you seek to destroy the morality of ours. As you can imagine, this did not go over well with the white supremacists. And in fact, that very day, the red shirts mounted up and wanted to lynch Alex Manly. They wanted to burn his newspaper. And to show you how premeditated this whole campaign was, the leaders of the white supremacy campaign interceded, stopped the red shirts, and said, no, now is not the time. We'll have much greater political impact if we can reprint this editorial across North Carolina and the South, incite whites, and then use it closer to the election in November. It'll have a much greater impact, and we promise you then you can lynch Alex Manly and you can burn the newspaper. And in fact, in November, they did burn the newspaper down.
I thought the evening was for me, very informative, and just learning so much about what took place. And the big thing that stood out for me was when the moderator said when her grandmother did the literacy test, the question of how many hairs are on a dog's back just really blew my mind. I heard about the stories, but to hear it from someone whose relative went through that was really moving.
One reason I wanted to write this book was to correct the historical record, to bring the truth to what really happened there, and bring the story to a national audience.
I think it's important, especially in this day and age, of just truth-telling of the truth of what took place in cities across the United States. It's a very important book.
I hope people in Charlotte will embrace this true story and have just some eagerness to find out what really happened and to learn from what happened 122 years ago.